Climate change is causing rapid ice melt across the globe.
Climate change is changing our world.
Burning across millions of acres.
Flash floods.
It's changing our home,
Traffic jams.
and we're already feeling its effects. Climate change has made our weather increasingly unpredictable. From extreme rainfall events to extended dry spells. From melting glaciers to rising seas, climate change means we must change with the times.
What is global warming? Global warming is an active increase in the overall temperature of Earth's atmosphere attributed to the greenhouse effect, caused by carbon dioxide, pollution, and etc. The Earth's marine ecosystems are under pressure as a result of climate change. Oceans are becoming more acidic due to its absorption of some of our excess emissions. Our agriculture has also been affected by climate change. Warming temperatures disrupts food availability, reduces access to food, and affects food quality. As the Earth warms, the meltline for glaciers moves upwards, therefore making glaciers melt much quicker. The melted water flows into streams and rivers that end up in the oceans, contributing to accelerating sea level rise. Now that you have an idea of how global warming affects our environment, have you ever thought about how it might affect your health?
What is carbon? In the context of climate change, carbon is commonly used as a shorthand for carbon dioxide, the most important greenhouse gas released by humans. You might be thinking, well, what does carbon dioxide have to do with global warming? Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, a gas that absorbs and radiates heat. When greenhouse gases increase, it tips the Earth's energy budget out of balance, trapping additional heat and raising Earth's average temperature. Carbon dioxide is the most important of Earth's long-lived greenhouse gases. Our group decided to interview Franco Hopkins, an anesthesiologist doctor living in Florida.
And the carbon dioxide levels go to a certain level, meaning going from a baseline and they go up. There is a decrease in our mentation. Typically, we measure the carbon dioxide levels as a PCO2 in the blood, and the normal range would be 35 to 45. But we've noticed that when you see these levels getting in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you have a decrease in what we refer to as the sensorium, which has like a sedative type component to it.
Facts about carbon. Carbon is odorless and tasteless, and is one of the most important gas linked to global warming. About 20% of our body's mass is made up of carbon.
Warmer temperatures from climate change cause flowers to bloom earlier and increase the amount of carbon dioxide emitted. These changes in temperatures cause an increase in the concentration of pollen in the air, the strength of airborne allergens, and an increase in allergy symptoms. The increase in heat and rainfall in certain areas brought on by climate change may make conditions ripe for disease spread. Rainfall is also thought to benefit insect life, and several studies have linked increased rainfall to disease outbreaks, particularly waterborne diseases. Some diseases that are related to or caused by global warming are ischemic heart disease, stroke, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and lung cancer. Some allergies that are related to or caused by global warming are rhinitis, pollen, asthma, and conjunctivitis.
I think that we are in the early phases of seeing a a ramping up of diseases that are associated with climate change. I think as the climate continues to get hotter, we probably, from a metric standpoint, we'll start to see more issues and decline in health status. Keep in mind that anytime that you have some pre-existing conditions, when you, for example, if you have heart problems, you have liver problems or kidney problems, when you stress the system, namely when I say stress the system, meaning that with a climate change, you have the reserve of the body to maintain or to combat those disease processes is taxed.
Studies have shown that allergy season is getting longer and stronger every year. So my group and I decided to create a survey and send it out to teachers and post it on our social media. We got over 100 responses, and 69.2% of people that took the survey stated that they have allergies.
Global warming will likely bring an increase in heat waves. They could combine with the buildup of pollution, including ozone, a primary component of smog. Studies have shown high levels of pollution are linked to an increase in hospital admissions for cardiac problems. This short video will demonstrate how pollution damages your body.
It lurks all around us, preying on the young and old. It slips unnoticed past your defenses and assaults your lungs, heart, and brain. Its deadliest weapons are invisible, poisonous particles that can be as small as a molecule. With every breath, they break through your lungs' protective barriers. There, they trigger inflammation as your system tries desperately to fight back. But these tiny intruders penetrate those defenses, lodging toxic compounds even deeper, sowing the seeds of cancer. They slide straight into your bloodstream, sabotaging your entire body. They inflame and constrict your blood vessels, increasing blood pressure until, one day, causing a stroke. The particle prowlers dislodge fatty plaque that may have built up from your diet. They weave clots that can be deadly blockers of blood flow to your heart or brain. With each new case of heart attack, stroke, lung disease, or cancer, air pollution adds another life to its hit list. Let's stop this invisible killer.
Do I think that littering or pollution has big effects on global warming? Absolutely. So if you reference the garbage patch out in the Pacific, which is west of the California, it's kind of like I guess you would imagine, based on the currents of all the large water waves, we have a massive litter, plastics, garbage, kind of concentrate in that part of the world that unfortunately is going to take many years to kind of correct, which kind of factors into our food supply. These things break down and they become part of the food chain. So anything from seafood gets into their diet, ultimately gets into our diet also.
Air pollution is harmful. Through research, we've discovered that it can damage the inside walls of your blood vessels, making it narrower and harder to breathe, therefore affecting your heart. Studies have shown that 9 out of 10 victims of cardiac arrest die. According to the Australian Heart Foundation, cardiovascular disease is one of Australia's largest health problems, killing one Australian citizen every 12 minutes. So we created this map to show a visual representation of deaths caused by air pollution per year. North America has an average of 300,000 deaths. South America has an average of 230,000. Asia has 2.2 million. Africa has 600,000 and Australia has 5,000.
While we cannot stop global warming overnight or even over the next several years, we can slow the rate and limit the amount of global warming by a couple of everyday habits that were advised to us by a few people we interviewed. One way is to power your home with renewable energy. Choose a utility company that generates at least half its power from wind or solar and has been certified by Green Energy, an organization that vents renewable energy options. If that isn't possible for you, take a look at your electrical bill. Many utilities now list other ways to support renewable sources on their monthly statements and websites. Reducing water waste is also a way you can do your part in slowing down global warming. Saving water reduces carbon pollution too. That's because it takes a lot of energy to pump, heat, and treat your water. So take shorter showers, turn off the tap while brushing your teeth, and switch to water sense labeled fixtures and appliances. The EPA estimates that if just 1 out of every 100 American homes were modified with water-efficient fixtures, about 100 million kilowatt hours of electricity per year would be saved, avoiding 80,000 tons of global pollution. Don't leave fully charged devices plugged into your home's outlets, unplug rarely used devices or plug them into power strips and timers, and adjust your computers and monitors to automatically power down to the lowest power mode when not in use. Buying LED light bulbs not only uses 80% less energy, but also saves you money over time. A 10-watt LED that replaces your traditional 60-watt bulb will save you $125 over the light bulb's life. One of the best ways you can contribute to slowing down global warming is to speak up. Talk to your friends and family, and make sure they're making good decisions. Another way you can help out is to share or donate to these certified GoFundMe pages.